How's it going, guys? Slippery Jim here. Welcome back to Sky Vaults. In the last episode, I got an absolute ton of stuff done. Went in and got a bunch of Idona reputations, so I was able to buy a lot of new rooms inside the Paradox Vault. And now I've got so many Omega rooms in there that I can pretty much guarantee completing the objective every time I run the Paradox Vault, which I can actually run once per day. So that's going to be at least one guaranteed artifact per day when I run that thing, plus lots and lots of loot as well, thanks to all the modifiers. So speaking of artifacts, I've actually got another new artifact in the last episode, so we're actually getting there. We've only got 5 left to complete the entire artifact puzzle here. Obviously, to get into the final vault, if you want to call it that, we do need to get to level 100 as well. So that's going to be quite a grind because the experience requirements are pretty huge now from level 90 onwards. In this episode though, guys, what we're going to be starting off with today is we are going to be looking at upgrading our storage capabilities because I'm starting to run out of space. We're also going to be running another Ascension Vault to try to get some more stacks onto the Soul Flame. And I'm going to be tinkering around a bit more with Botania. I'm really enjoying learning that mod. I know it's probably a mod that a lot of you guys who play modded Minecraft are going to be familiar with, but I've got a few things that I want to try out. I want to upgrade a lot of this stuff now that we've got our portal to Alfheim set up. So I want to upgrade these mana spreaders, do some stuff with sparks and stuff like that. And I also want to set up another mana generator over here in this corner, and maybe some other stuff here with the different functional flowers that we've got. So yeah, I've got a few plans there. Let's head up top though. So at the end of the last episode, one thing that I noticed was a lot of these discs were starting to run out of space, particularly now that we've got the Idona library room in the Paradox Vault. I'm going to start getting absolute tons of really good jewels. So I did go in and try and sort out a lot of the lower level jewels, particularly for stuff like, trap disarm and durability, stuff like that. And I recycled all of those to make some space up here. I also found some stuff in here that was taking up too much space, like hanging roots, which is a byproduct from my processing and stuff like that. So I put those in the drawers so they weren't taking up as much space. But ultimately, we are going to need to get some storage upgrades here. So at the moment, I've been using the 16K discs. And I think it's time to upgrade to the max level discs, the 64Ks, which should theoretically take twice as much, 4 times as much actually, if my maths is correct. 4 times as much storage space as the 16Ks for a 64K. So that's going to be awesome. I don't think we need to upgrade the fluid storage cell. I'm only using that for lava at the moment, which I don't really use too much for too many recipes. But the rest of these will hopefully be able to upgrade to 64K. Now, one issue with that is all of these discs actually have items on them. So I'm going to have to be able to transfer items from these 16K discs onto the 64K discs. The other thing is that you can actually recycle these discs, but they have to be empty to do that. And what you can do is you can shift click on these to break them down into their components. So we could actually use 3 of these if we recycle them to make one 64K drive for free pretty much. So I definitely want to do that. Now what we're going to need to actually accomplish this is an item called the IO port. Which is this thing right here. So this allows you to transfer items between the ME system and a blank disk drive. So we're definitely going to have to craft this thing up. And while we're at it, we're going to need a few of these as well. Well, we don't really need these, but we'll craft these up anyways just to speed things along. We'll grab 3 of those out of there. So to craft this, it's not too expensive actually, but it looks like we're going to need some glass cable to make that recipe. So let's get that happening. We'll craft a few of these. And we're also going to need, just to get things started, I might craft up 3 64K drives. So I've got these set up in my auto crafting right now, along with all of the components like the crystals, charged certus and all that stuff. So we should be able to just straight up auto craft these, which is going to be super convenient because it's a really annoying recipe otherwise. And while we're waiting for that to craft up, it'll probably take a little while because a lot of this stuff is going to have to grow. It's going to have to go through all the process here of crafting these things. But yeah, we might actually grab the housings that we're going to need. So we'll grab some of these out of here. I've got a bunch of these from recycling, and we'll upgrade one of these to we're going to need a black chromatic steel. I think we need to cancel our sand that we were crafting up. But yeah, let's just get one of these done. And then we just use this thing to turn it into a disc housing. That way we remove the item type limit on these. And yeah, hopefully we have our 64K drives here now. Let's grab those out of there. And we'll just put one of these into its housing. And the other housings we can get from recycling, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so the IO port. We should be able to make this now. Looks like we need some chromatic steel. Let's get a stack of that going. And we also need a logic processor. Let's get a few of these. All right. We're finally good to go, and we have our MEIO port. So let's grab that out of there. Now, we're going to put this down over here, and it should automatically connect to our ME system here. So it's online. So how this works is basically you put your drive in here, and you can change the direction that the data flows from. So if we put our drive in here, and then it will basically suck all the data out of the ME system, basically any of the disks that are in the ME system at the time. We'll put our acceleration cards in here. You can also reverse the flow and take items off the disk into the ME system as well. But one thing we might have to do here, because it's currently got the draw controller attached to the ME system, we don't want to confuse things with thinking that all of these are part of the data that it needs to be transferred. And I'll also disconnect this water source. I probably don't need to, but I'm just going to be on the safe side here. The other thing that I want to make sure of is that all of my machines are turned off so that no new items are flowing into the system. Let's just turn that off. And we'll also disconnect the botany pots just so they're not going in as well. So we'll disconnect that. And then hopefully that's everything. We should be pretty much good to go. So we'll take that out, and we'll take out all of the disks except the ones we want transferred onto our first 64K drive, which is this one here. So it can fit theoretically 4 of these 16Ks onto it. I think that's correct anyway, right? 60, 32, 64. Yeah, makes sense. But just to be on the safe side, we'll do 3 at a time here. and we'll make sure the arrow is facing in the right direction. So I should be pulling now from these 3 disks here and putting the data onto our 64K blank disk drive. Let's go. Okay, it was almost instantaneous there. So you can see that we've actually got a little bit more than we should have theoretically had on there. We've got 48,202. But all of these should now be empty, which they are. So that's good. We'll grab those out. And we can now recycle these empty ones here. So we'll recycle all of these. And conveniently, the recipe to make a 64K ME storage component requires 3 of these 16Ks. So we can now make another one for free pretty much. We'll grab another 64K here and put the housing on it that we just got from recycling those. And we're going to put another 3 of these in here. Let's put these ones in. And our new blank one in here, and that should then transfer over. There we go, 42,936 on that one. Very good. These should all be empty again. Let's grab those out. Recycle these. And we've got another one. We'll put a housing on that one. And we should have our last 3 16Ks with items left on them. So we'll transfer that over there. Grab that back out. And now all of these are empty, which is awesome. And we've got enough components here to make 3 more of these 64K drives for free. And obviously we've got all the disk housings as well that we need. So now that we've transferred the data over from the disks that we had already, we can connect everything back up again here. And we can turn the machines back on. What did we have going here? This. And we had this to turn back on so it doesn't get backed up. Okay. I'm loving the elevator. So much faster. All right. So let's stick our disk drives into the ME drive, and we'll put our fluid storage cell back in there as well. And look at that, so compact. And we should now have all of our stuff back in here again, just on the brand new drives, which is pretty cool. So we should be able to craft, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll see if we can make all 6 of these 64Ks. Hopefully we've got all the materials we need here. Oh, it looks like we're a little bit short on chromatic iron, actually. Not very much, though. I did actually farm for a bit before the episode, but these are quite expensive, these things, right? So, yeah, we might craft up. Let's craft up 3. We'll craft up 3 of them. And then I'll just do a little bit of farming to get the last 3. But we'll do that later. We're not going to need those urgently. Put those in there. And we have an absolute ton of storage now. Should last us the rest of the mod pack. I reckon we should be good. I did leave space here for another ME drive, but I don't think we're going to need it, to be honest. It's not really one of those mod packs where you get like millions of materials, I don't think. Anyway, guys, we are going to grab ourselves the soul flame here. We're going to grab ourselves a crystal as well. Grab that off there. And yeah, we're going to slap that onto the crystal. Where is the crystal? It's up top here. So hopefully we can continue our run here. We've got 12 stacks on here at the moment, but I'd like to keep that going. My target is around 40 plus because I think that's the max plaque level. But we'll have to see how we go because it gets pretty hard, I think. Now I'm going to get my stuff ready to go for the vault, guys. Then we're going to jump on in and see what the Ascension Vault has to offer us. I'll be back shortly. Okay, I think we're ready to go, guys. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. We got all of our backpacks. We got a couple of trinkets on. We got our Valara charm. And yeah, I think we're good to go. So let's jump on in and see whether we get a scav or we get an elixir bowl here. Okay, we have a scav. We got to get 7 old books, 10 black mob essence, 6 skeleton bone shards, and 6 drowned hide. Doesn't look too bad actually. Could have been a lot worse. So I think we should be okay for this one. Hopefully, we'll see how we go though. Let's just wait for it to load in down there, and then we'll head on through. I think we'll be good to go. So pretty much just living chests and wooden chests. That's what we need to focus on. And ore obviously as well. Let's grab this, some of this ore here. Let's turn on the magnet. Throw a little bit over there. Some in there as well. Grab that. Not much in that one. Let's just zap these guys. Okay, how do we do there? We needed the bone shards, didn't we? We got 14. Oh man, okay. We're good. We're good for the bone shards pretty much in the first room. Let's get out of this hole. Okay, let's head south. So now I guess we should start the wooden chest grind. Let's see what we got down here. Is our bounty done already? Spawn these guys. Don't need those. I think it's the assassin mob that give the black mob essence. Hopefully we can get all those old books as well. Might as well get these, why not? We got a treasure room up here. I think I actually have this one. Sparkletine. Let's grab our Sparkletine key out of here. See what we got in here. Not bad. Not bad. We got an orange out of that. Pretty good. Some old notes. What do these ones? What do these ones say? Where are they? Old notes. Did they go? Here we go. does this one say? I should try chaining an unrealistic amount of monsters. Okay. So I think you unlock a transmog for chaining like something stupid like 8. 8 mobs with one hit. And I think you need to be level 100 or something. I'm not sure. Like whatever the max level for chaining is. Deleted. I don't actually have my AP as high as it usually is at the moment, but still gets the job done. Wooden chests. Okay. We'll keep going south, I think. Did we get any old books yet? We got 4 old books. Okay, this is going to be quite easy. I don't want to speak too soon, but we still got to get the drown hides. Actually, you get a lot of assassins here. Let's just kill these guys. I don't know how much black mob essence we've got. I forgot to check that. We've got... Oh, we've already completed that. So, yeah. Okay, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. We can hand in both of these. Lots of woodens. We've even got some livings over here. Just get rid of these guys. They're just going to be annoying otherwise. Alright. More mod boxes. We don't really need coins, but we'll grab them anyway. Send this stuff in. So 5 old books. Got 1 drown hide. Man, we should be able to complete this one super quickly. There's another drown hide. Thought I saw something there, but I must have been imagining it. Okay, we'll just go south. Can't be bothered trying to scrounge around in the attic up there. That top level. See what's down here. We got another ore room. I don't think we really need ore for anything at the moment. We've already completed both of our bounties. Let's keep going south, see what we find. Wooden chest, this is what we want. Okay, we might. Oh no, we got another POI over here. Let's grab that. Oh, we got a little guy. Let's just get out of here. Those little tiny tank mobs are so annoying. If I can find my way out. Like, how do we get down here again? There was a hole somewhere. Okay, we only need one more old book. Another ore room. That's crazy. Usually don't get that many. We might even get a chromatic iron room in this cave. If we do, I'm definitely going to hit it up. Whoa, what the hell? There was some major lag there for a second. Oh, we got a dungeon over there as well. I really need living chests though. Oh, there was a champion. I didn't even notice that. No wonder he was not dying as quickly as the rest of them. Okay, how we doing? We got our old books, so we don't need to hit any more woodens necessarily. Except for looting purposes. So pretty much just got to focus on the livings now. Let's go this way. See what we can find. I wasn't expecting it to be this easy. There's some livings over there. We'll have a look downstairs, why not? Woodens. A bit of ore there. It's not even got a spawner. What the heck? Oh, we got a tubium? Have I got tubium? It's not scolium. I don't think I've got tubium. I can't even be bothered looting those wooden ones. We'll keep going. We've still got 15 minutes left. Let's hand in these old books. see what that God Altar is up there. Oh, it's an Idona. I would have been excited about that in the last episode, but not so much today. We don't need any more Idona. Rep, I've decided to work on Valara next. Get her to max level at some point. But it's not a massive priority at the moment because we already have the rooms we need in the Paradox for completion. Okay, we got livings down here. Okay. Not getting so many drowned hides, but we haven't really hit that many chests, I guess. Grab those. We got another champion there. I don't have a storm arrow up, unfortunately. And I can't be bothered hanging around trying to kill him the old-fashioned way, so we'll just get out of here. Go in search of more living chests. This is what I wanted right here. Fantastic. We should be able to get it easily enough to finish the 64k drives that we were crafting earlier. So I'm just going to get a bunch of this. I think we only needed a couple of hundred anyway, but we'll probably get 1,000 or so here. Man, kind of lucky getting this theme so we can get these caves. Usually I just ignore these caves as a waste of space, but actually right now I do kind of need a lot of this chromatic iron. How much we got right now? 861. We'll just get a little bit more from upstairs, I think. It kind of generates around the edge, like, I don't think there'd be much point strip mining the entire room. Okay, that should be a pretty healthy amount there, 1,400. Okay, very nice. Definitely enough. Let's keep going. 11 minutes left to find 4 drowned hide. Hopefully we can do it. After me saying how easy it was going to be to complete this objective, it had kind of sucked to fail it now. Impossible difficulty. Okay. Zombies. Let's just leave that one alone. There was a dungeon I forgot to check out back in one of those other rooms, wasn't there? I wish I'd checked it out now because it could have been living. I think that might be an ore room actually. Let's go this way and then we'll go north. Another ore room. What the heck, man? What is going on? Alright, have you got any livings for me down here? Have a look around. Doesn't look like it. Maybe up top? Coins. Builded. Here we go. I think that was literally one chest. We need more than that. Whew. See what we got. Come on. Living chests. Living chests. What are those? Those are wooden. Okay, here we go. Got a decent size POA. And that's about it. There might be some upstairs, I guess. Or maybe not. Yeah, they're ornates. How are we doing? We got 5. We only need one more. One more drown hide and we'll be laughing. Coins. There it is. Very nice. So, yeah, we got our drowned hides. So I can pretty much do whatever now. Let's maybe do a bit of exploring. We'll see if we can find a Valara, although it's a little bit late to be doing a challenge unless it's a real easy one. But otherwise, we might run into some Omega rooms. You never know. We haven't actually come across any so far. God altar up there. What are you? Oh, it's a window. Usually I just check the next room as well and then I come back, but oh my god. I was just searching high and low for living chests and then we get a mushroom. That's crazy. Ooh, baby. At the moment, not counting this vault, I've got enough knowledge essence for like about 70 knowledge. knowledge stars, which is pretty good. There's not a lot of mods that I've got left that I really need to unlock, but I guess there's a few that I could play around with. Eventually, if we unlock them all, we'll be able to get the transmog for automatic genius. Okay, I think downstairs is pretty much done. Just got the upstairs stuff now. This is the really good version as well of the mushroom. Got a lot of chest spawns. Oh, maybe there was a couple left down here. Okay. Yeah, I think we've got enough drown hides. Got some up there. This is a really cool room. Like whoever designed this room is like done a fantastic job of the aesthetic. Oh no. Oh. That could have hurt. That could have hurt a lot. How much time we got left? 3 minutes. So basically we've just got the ones that are really super high now. Those ones up there. I don't know if I can quite get up to those with a dash. We'll probably have to block jump a little bit here. There we go. That reach is fantastic. Oof, that was close. Alrighty, well, there's probably a couple that we missed, but that's okay. Let's go find ourselves the turn in, and we'll call it a day on this vault. This one right here. I don't usually turn in this early, but sometimes that's the way it goes, right? Do what you gotta do, get in, get out. Alrighty, got some ore in here, never mind. Sweet! So there's another completion right there. Now we've got 13 stacks on this thing. I do have a skill point as well. We might as well chuck that on something here. Let's take a look at what we can put it on. Let's just chuck it on sorcery there. Okay, we have our scav crate. Let's chuck that down there. And turn in these. It's not really going to compare to my massive reputation grind runs, but we'll take a look at the loot that we got there. And while we're waiting for that, what we might do is craft up the... Actually, we'll need to grab the chromatic iron out of here, won't we? I think it's already gone through. That's okay. We'll do it. We'll do that later. All right, guys. So let's check out the loot. So we have our scav crate here, and we have our 2 bounty crates. Let's crack these open. And okay, some echo in there and stuff like that. Let's just chuck that in there. Couple of fundies. And our scav crate. Let's crack this open. Okay, what did we get here? We got just the usual stuff, I think. We would have got some platinum out of that. We did get a bit of lemon, which is pretty nice to get. Chuck that in there. And let's get some gold happening there. Alrighty. And we should be using this thing, shall we? Let's take a look at the backpack loot as well. So we got our raw chromatic iron, which we will stick into the ME system. Get that cooking up over there. What else do we get here? Grab those out. Grab that out. We got 3 mod boxes. Some focuses. We'll grab the focuses out. There's 2 different things called focuses now in the game. What else have we got here? Grab those out just so they don't go into the ME system. We also got an unidentified noble charm. Some vault gear there. Some jewels. Let's see if there's any good ones. That's not bad. That's a bit too small. That's a bit too low level, that one. 6.9 is not really worth keeping. Mining speed item quantity. That's probably worth keeping. Massive hammer size. Most of them are pretty bad, actually. We'll keep a couple of those. Just put this stuff away here. What else have we got here? Did we get any inscription pieces? Got the knowledge star there. Bit of vault gear. Oh yeah, we had the soul flame on, so there's not going to be any inscription pieces. Always forget about that. It seems like a bit of a silly mechanic to me. Okay, let's see what we get with these charms anyway. 13% Idona. These are not the greatest. Lara. Put those in there. Okay, we'll just grab the vault gear out of here. See what we get. Get rid of most of this. I don't usually keep anything these days unless it's a mega. Unless it's got a legendary. I'd probably keep epic if it had a legendary suffix or something on it. Grab these out of here. Okay, we'll flush the rest of that stuff through. And get rid of all these jewels. Yep. None of that's really worth hanging on to. So we'll check out these mod boxes as well. Storage upgrade there is not bad. We'll hang on to that. The other stuff just takes up space, basically. Okay. Should start getting cooked up over here. So we needed 3 more 64Ks, didn't we? Let's see if we can craft those up now. Yep. And we'll grab the housings out. Might take a little while to craft those up because I think it has to grow the crystals and all that stuff. Oh, we had some extra stuff in here. What we got here? It's copiously probably worth keeping. That's not so great because it's got the smelting on it, unfortunately. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The rest of them not that great. We'll grab these out. Okay. And I'll junk these. Actually, were these the good ones or the bad ones? I don't think I sorted those out properly, did I? Yeah, we'll just recycle these. Okay, we should have our 64Ks there. I don't know how much chromatic iron we've got left. Actually got a fair bit there. And put the housings on these, and that should be basically the rest of our storage upgrade completed. Look at that. So good. So much space, guys. All right. Well, I'm going to finish putting away some of this stuff, guys. And then what we're going to be doing is dabbling in a little bit more Botania. I've got some pretty big plans with things that I want to try out and that are going to help boost production and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys shortly. All right. Now it's time for some more tinkering around with Botania, guys. So in this episode, what I want to do is actually upgrade a lot of these components. So the mana spreaders, we can actually upgrade those now that we have access to our portal to Alfheim. And I think we can even put some lenses on those, which we can make with those materials too. Along with that, what I want to do is set up maybe a couple of reservoirs for mana that we can use to distribute the mana and also play around with some of the upgraded sparks, which can distribute the mana a lot faster. So basically everything's going to get a lot faster and we're going to have more storage space for mana as well. One little update to this, this Clayconia setup here. I just put some redstone around the outside of these modular routers. So now what I can do is just turn this on and off with the lever just to make it a little bit more easy to control. It does go through the sand pretty quickly, but fortunately I've got a lot of sand at the moment. One thing that I'm constantly having to craft is charcoal though, because this thing does chew through the charcoal when it's generating mana pretty quickly. So let's just double check on the charcoal situation. Actually, I might craft up a couple of thousand more there because we're probably going to need that today. Yeah. Anyway, let's get started. So we'll grab our Wand of the Forest, which we're definitely going to need. And I think what we'll do first is we'll upgrade these these mana spreaders that are around the outside of the mana farm here. So we're going to need 8 of those. We might actually make 10 upgraded ones. So for us to upgrade those, what we're going to need is some stuff from our Elven trading. So if we look at the mana spreaders here, what I'm after are these Elven mana spreaders. And to make these, we need Elementium, we need a petal of any color, and we need some Dreamwood logs, basically. So to get the Dreamwood, what we need to do is grab ourselves some... Wait, why are these empty? I think it's because I think it's something to do with my disc upgrades has messed with this a little bit here. So let's just put the stuff back in. Living. We'll grab this. And put that back in there. That should fix that. And we'll grab this. I think what it did is it transferred it onto the disc, because it was still connected when I did that IO port business earlier at the start of the episode. So yeah, it's kind of weird with storage drawers when you use that thing. Hopefully that's everything back in here. So it should still go into these now that I've put them back in the place where they go. Hopefully. Hopefully that's going to work for us. I think I turned these off actually. Let's turn them back on. And yeah, they should be basically feeding back into those areas there. 2383. Yep, that's looking good. All right. No worries. We fixed that little situation there. Okay, what were we doing? We were going to upgrade our mana spreaders. So we might need some more materials here. Let's have a look at the Elementium situation. I've only got 5 right now. I think we need 1 of these per mana spreader, right? So we're going to need, what did I say, 10? At least 10 of those. And I think it's mana steel. Not mana steel, it's regular chromatic steel. We'll get some of that crafted up. Grab some of that out of there. We might as well make 10 of these. I think this is the combo we need right here. Hopefully I'm remembering correctly. Yep. Let's grab those. Groovy. I mean, if I was being super practical, I'd probably block off the back part of that portal so the stuff didn't go out the other side, but maybe I'll do that at some point. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the Elementium that we need. Now there's some other stuff too I think we need. Let's take a look at this. Mana spreader. We need the Dreamwood. That's basically all we're going to need. We will need some spare petals as well. Let's just chuck these into the system there, and we should be able to grab ourselves. Let's get a couple of stacks here. Chuck those in. There we go. Let's just wait for that to do its thing. I don't know if this uses mana when you do the Elven trading or not. It's not really noticeable. I don't see any particles going across to it, but maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Not a huge amount if it does. Okay, let's see. I probably should have a look in the Lexica Botania for some of this info, actually. Let's grab this. What just happened to the... There we go. It went into the Petal Apothecary. Elven trading. Where is the Elven trading? Elfomancy. Portal to Elfheim. Elfheim. Trading. Where's the part about trading? Portal to Alfheim resources. Here we go. Doesn't say anything about it costing mana. So maybe it doesn't cost mana. Probably should look that up on the wiki. Whatever. Now, we have ourselves the Dreamwood. I think we have everything we need now to craft these. So, unfortunately, they don't incorporate the old mana spreaders in the recipe, so we're just going to have those redundant mana spreaders. But that's all right. Let's have a look here. So we want to make 10 of these. We should have everything we need for this. Let's just grab these out of here. Nice. Okay, so now that we have our mana spreaders, I also want to put some lenses on these. And there's a bunch of different lenses you can make. Let's go back to mana manipulation. And there should be a section here somewhere on the lenses. So it says... let's see... Paint Slinger, Warp, right, Redirective, Flare, Tripwire, Lenses, Mana Lenses. Okay. A mana spreader can be upgraded with mana lenses. The most basic mana lens does absolutely nothing. A lens can be dyed by crafting it with any color of dye to give it that color, or with a mana pearl to create a rainbow lens. That sounds pretty cool. These change the color of the fired bursts. But lenses aren't just for fancy colors. They can be upgraded with all sorts of materials to create all sorts of effects with their mana bursts. Combining two lenses with a slime ball in a crafting table will unite them into one lens with the effects of both, so you can have multiple effects. Cool. Well, probably only up to two, right? The first lens used determines the look and color of the resultant lens. Some combinations will not work, and you can't combine two of the same type. Velocity will dramatically increase the speed at which a mana burst travels, but at the expense of initial capacity and faster mana loss. Potency will double the amount of mana a mana burst can carry. However, the beam travels slower, and after it starts to lose mana, it does so at a much faster rate. Resistance lens, increase the amount of time, can go without starting to lose mana, but it slows it. So, okay. So it probably goes further. Efficiency, messenger, and there's a whole bunch of these that do some really interesting things by the looks of it. But what I think we'll do here is we will probably look at velocity and potency and trying to combine those for each of our upgraded mana spreaders. So, yeah, let's look at what we need to make those. Lens. We're going to need a bunch of these, right? So we'll need 20 of these. Let's get these going. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Looks like they stack to 16. And velocity, we just need a rune of air. Potency, we need a rune of fire. So we should have some of these already crafted up here. Runes of fire there. Okay, I'm possibly not going to have quite enough, but Runes of Air is that this one? Okay. So it looks like I got some crafting to do, guys. I'm going to have to make probably about 10 of these, and we'll make about 3 of these. So yeah, I'll be back shortly after I've done some runic crafting in my runic altar here. Okay, that should be the last of the sparks that we need, guys. Not the sparks, the last of the runes that we need to craft up for what we're going to do today. So, yeah, I've got everything I need except for the sparks themselves. So we are going to need 4 sparks here and another 10. That's 14, 15, 16. This already has a spark. So 16 sparks is what we're going to need to craft up here. Let's have a look. Sparks. 16 of these. So it's going to take quite a lot of gold, but it is what it is. Larimar, and we should have everything else we need there, hopefully. Let's just make sure we can craft these up. We're going to need some more of these. Let's get a bunch of these happening. So that's 15, 16. Cool. So these are the basic sparks, but we're going to need to augment these to get them to do what we want them to do. And I'm also going to need a bunch of extra mana pools. So let's get that happening. Let's get these crafted up. Mana pools. Alright, so we got our regular mana pool. Fabulous mana pool. I wonder if this holds more mana or if it's just a fancy looking one. How do we make this? Bifrost. Bifrost block, which is Hourglass, which is mana glass into the portal to Alfheim, which is just regular glass. Okay, let's get a bunch of that going then. I'm kind of curious as to what these fabulous mana pools are like. We'll grab a bunch of this. So we're gonna need about 20 of these. We'll just get 32 of this mana glass crafted up, I guess. Grab that out of there. And I think we have to chuck this in here. I did take the time to put a back on this so that the stuff doesn't fly out the back. Chuck that in there. Nice. So we have ourselves some elf glass. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And how do we turn this into Bifrost glass again? Bifrost or whatever. Bifrost. Oh, we just put it in a crafting grid. Interesting. Okay. And then we just need to make the mana pools. So get these crafted up. 20 of these. Actually, I think I might need more of that Bifrost block, but let's have a look at these. So that's 6. Yeah, we'll have to make a little bit more of that. Let's just get some more glass. Let's get a stack of this. Doesn't look like it takes that much mana to make the mana glass anyway. Let's chuck this in here. Okay, then we just chuck it in there. We might keep a little bit of the glass stuff in case we need that somewhere down the track, but Bifrost. Okay, so then we just do this. And okay, we do need some extra after all. How much do we need here? 5, we need 10. 10. 5, we actually need 20, don't we? Okay. Apparently we need more. Okay, we'll just get some more happening then. I miscalculated the mana glass requirements. Right, mana glass. We said, did I say 20? Just chuck that in there anyway. Elf glass. And should give us... All right. We got some of that stuff in case we need that at some point. So 20 fabulous mana pools, guys. So I was going to put a few of these over here. Ooh, okay. So they change color. That's pretty awesome. And I'm going to put the other ones over here. Sweet. Oh, I've got some left over. I guess we'll just... I don't want to waste all that mana though. But... we'll remove this for now because we'll have to take that down anyway. And this I was going to move anyway. Let's just pick that up. Grab ourselves some dirt. Yeah, I was going to move this over to here for reasons of the like distances and stuff like that the sparks can operate in. So we'll just put this one here. And this one should be fine here, but we might as well upgrade it. I'm also removing these catalysts because I'm removing the catalysts because we're going to have a dedicated area for those things because I'm going to need a little bit more space to be able to hopefully auto-craft with those. But we'll set that up in another day. So we'll just use the fabulous mana pool there as well. And we'll also put the fabulous mana pool there. Cool. Now, I will replace these at some point, but for now, I'm going to need that mana most likely. We could put this one here too, actually. We might as well go with a full-size mana pool there. Fabulous mana pools all round. Alrighty. Cool. So, that's looking pretty good. Good. So the next step, guys, now that we have our extra mana pools down, is we are going to grab ourselves our sparks, and we're going to put a spark on every mana pool that we've got. We're also going to get rid of this. these don't have any sparks on them yet, so we'll put sparks on these ones. And I'm just going to be putting sparks on every single mana pool. And also anything that is going to require mana. So that's going to include these mana pools here. And hopefully we can put these in the same space as the whatever those things are called. Natura pylons, right? Yeah, hopefully we can put these in the same area. There we go. Looks like they do occupy the same space. But before we put those back, actually, I'll just leave those off for now because we're going to have to put augments on these. And we'll also need... Let's take the Clayconia down for there. We'll need a spark here. We'll need sparks on these. We'll need a spark here. Did I not make enough sparks? Looks like we need 2 more sparks. Oh yeah, I didn't count those ones there. That's what the problem is. Sparks. All right. 1, 2. There we go. All right, so yeah. Spark there. Spark there. And this already has a spark. Oh, we do need one for that one as well. So let's get that. Actually, this can probably share. How far away is this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we can actually remove this one. And just have this one here. Like that. Groovy. Okay, that's good stuff. Sparks everywhere. So basically the sparks are another way of transmitting mana. And they're much faster than the actual mana spreaders. So, unfortunately, the sparks can't accept mana from the actual mana producing flowers, I don't believe. So that's where you do have to use the mana spreaders to collect the mana from the flowers. But, all right, we might as well replace these as while we're at it. So I'm just going to do that. And we're going to be putting down all of our Elven mana spreaders. Okay, so I've put down an Elven mana spreader over here that feeds into the runic altar from this mana pool here. And we've also got our Elven mana spreaders over here where they should be. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is craft up the lenses for our mana spreaders as well. So we're going to need some slime balls, I believe, as well, if we're going to do the dual purpose ones. And let's see here. So we want the potency velocity lenses, right? So we'll start with the potency ones, and we're going to need 10 of these. We're going to need some... We're going to need about 19 of these as well. Hopefully I've got enough mana steel. I probably don't. We'll probably need to make some more of that. Let's grab all of that. So we've got 2... 16, 17, 18, 19. I should have more than enough mana lenses, actually. They're just not in here. That's what the problem is. So, okay, we need 9 potency and 10 velocities. Let's get those going. There's our potency mana lenses. And our velocity. Let's get those going. So I'm going to try dyeing the lens as well. So we're going to take the potency ones and apply the mana pearl. That should give us the rainbow tint lens on those. Should be pretty awesome looking. Let's just put some of this stuff away. Okay, and I think we just do this to glue the two lens types together, and that should still have the rainbow tint because we got this one on the left-hand side. So we've got 10 potency velocity mana lenses with the rainbow tint. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. You know what I forgot to do is I don't really need to, but we might as well put the pedestals back here just so it looks a bit cooler. Grab these back here. Very nice. All right, so we have our upgraded mana spreaders. We've got our mana lenses now to put on these as well. So they should be delivering the mana faster and in larger quantities now, which is pretty awesome. Let's just put this one on over here as well. Can I squeeze that on there? There we go. So yeah, should be much quicker. We've got a spare one here too, and a spare mana spreader for if we need that. Yeah. Groovy. So what's next? Well, basically we need to set up our sparks with augments so that they actually do what we want them to do, which basically what I want to happen is I want the mana to basically be fed from these 4 primary mana pools that are getting fed by the mana farm here. And I want these 4 pools to be transferred to these 5 fabulous mana pools and also over to these 5 mana pools. And then I want these mana pools here are just going to be like spare mana, as well as feeding these 2 mana pools here. And then these mana pools are going to be feeding the other mana pool here. And this mana pool way down here is probably going to be a different story, which we'll get to. But what we're going to need for that, let's take a look at the Lexica Botania again here. Under mana manipulation and spark augments. So basically it says here, augments can only be applied to sparks that lie on mana pools, and a spark can only have a single augment at any given time. The dispersive augment allows a spark to drain the mana in its pool to charge nearby players' mana containing items. So that would be, I believe, stuff like the mana tablet. The dominant augment makes a spark pull mana from nearby non-augmented sparks pools into its own until the latter is full. The recessive augment makes a spark distribute all of the mana in its pool into any non-augmented pools or dispersive spark pools until its own is completely empty. And then we have the isolated augment, which prevents a spark from interacting with any dominant or recessive sparks, but still allows it to interact with blocks that can receive their mana from the spark network. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing, I'm not going to lie. But as far as I understand this, what we're going to do is put a dominant spark on all the things that we want to get filled up by mana. So, yeah, let's craft some of those up. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that will be all we need at the moment anyway. So, yeah, let's craft up 5 dominant spark augments. And these require runes of fire and pixie dust. All of this stuff, hopefully I've got 3, 4, 5. Groovy. So we're going to put these on this spark, Does that work? There we go. Looks like it's got a little 5 symbol. I don't know what the deal is with that. We'll put one on this. This. And I don't think we'll need one on this one. Yeah, I don't think we'll need one on that one based on what I've got planned for that. So, all right. So far, so good. Now, there's one other type of spark we're going to need, which is the spark that will transmit from these mana pools to these mana pools. So, essentially, we're going to go and we're going to be using the recessive augment on these ones. So this will transmit the mana to non-augmented or dispersive spark pools. So we're going to need 4 recessive. Actually, we'll need 5, I think. Yeah, I think we'll need 5. So we're going to make 5 of these. 1, what am I short on? Runes of Earth. I'm pretty sure I crafted up. Did I not craft enough of these? Oh, there they are. Okay. They're in my inventory. That's what the problem is. 2, 3, 4. How many did I say? 5, right? There we go. Groovy. Recessive. Okay. So the first 4 of these recessive sparks are going to go onto, or augments are going to go onto these right here. And these are going to start, as you can see already, these are going to start sending all their mana to any nearby mana pool. They're supposed to have a range of 12, but these are sending... This is kind of weird. Oh, that's because this has got a dominant on it. Okay. So, I wonder if I could put a dominant on this one. Let's try this out, see if it reaches. So that might solve the problem that I was going to potentially have. Is that going to transmit across? Oh, this is dominant though, so it's not going to do that, is it? No. All right. Okay, so I'm back to my original plan, which I'll talk about a bit later. So yeah, essentially everything here is receiving the mana. Now these, are these full? Yeah, these are full. Okay, so once they're full, they stop sucking the mana up. But this is way, 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 way quicker than the normal method of transferring mana. Okay, these aren't getting very much, but they should theoretically start filling up. This one here is filling up. I guess it's going to the dominant ones first. I think that's what's happening because these are quite full now. This should fill up pretty quick. That's too far away. And then it'll start filling up these ones. Cool. So, yeah. So far, so good, right? Nice. And check out our mana spreaders now. They got that really cool lens happening with the multicolored beams. Very, very cool. You basically have a disco while you're generating mana. Anyway, I'm getting all the charcoal here. Let's just check on our charcoal levels. We'll craft a couple more of these up. I don't know how much oak we've got. 10k, we're good. Groovy. All right, now the next thing that I've been thinking about doing here is basically I want this, which currently has the dominant augment on the spark, so it gathers the mana. I want this to actually be able to daisy chain across to this pool, which is too far away from this to receive any of this. And I've got an idea about how I want to do that. And it's going to be using an item here, which I think is explained in here. Where is it? The Spark Tinkerer. So basically, from reading this, the Spark Tinkerer is a block with the ability to modify the augments placed on sparks. Placing one adjacent to a mana pool or other block with a spark attached will connect it to that block. Right-clicking the Spark Tinkerer with a spark augment will put the augment in the block. The augment can be removed by right-clicking again. When the Spark Tinkerer gets a redstone signal, it'll randomly pick an adjacent connected spark with a different augment and swap the augment on that spark with the one stored in the Tinkerer. The stored augment can be withdrawn or deposited with hoppers or other automation methods. Comparators, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so basically we're going to make this thing up. And essentially what it can do is it can change the augment, the spark augment, with redstone for you. So we're going to put it right here. And what I want to do with this, because it's got the dominant so that it receives mana, I also want it to be able to transmit mana over to this, right? So for that, we're going to need the recessive spark. And we're going to put that right there into the Spark Tinkerer. And as far as the redstone signal goes, I was thinking of maybe using a timer. And there's actually a pretty cool compact one block timer within Botania that you can craft called the Hovering Hourglass. And this actually requires mana glass. So it's kind of just as well that we got some extra earlier. So we should be able to make one of these. You guys might remember the hopper clock that I built up on my mana farm right now. Let's just shoot up real quick. So, oops, too far. Let's go back down. So yeah, check this out, right? This is our vanilla style hopper clock. Well, this thing here does pretty much exactly the same thing. And look at the size difference. It's pretty crazy. I really love my one block Minecraft solution style mods. Like the modular routers. But I'm not sure exactly what the most compact way to do this is. But what I'm thinking is, I'm wondering if I place it here, whether that is going to power this or not. So as far as the hourglass goes, if we take a look at the entry in here, for the hourglass, let's see. The amount of time between pulses is dependent on the type and quantity of sand in the chamber. Sand falls at a rate for 1 second per block, red sand 10 seconds per, and soul sand 1 minute per. Sand types can't be mixed. So I'm thinking maybe like every, let's say every 10 to 20 seconds, something like that. So if we get some sand here, we'll just use the regular sand and we will put in, let's say, every, I think 10 seconds. Yeah, I think 10 seconds. Put 10 of these in here. And then that should start filtering through. Let's see what happens when this hourglass timer runs out. Okay, it's working. Beautiful. Look at that. So it switched the augment out. And it should give 10 seconds of mana to this thing. And then it'll switch back to receiving mana. Oh, but then it's sucking the mana out again. Okay, I didn't think about that. Now it's getting mana. I think it's going to be a net positive, though, because it's sucking mana from all different mana pools, not just this one. Whereas, although it is transmitting it to all the ones that aren't full yet as well. How can I could put... I don't think it would transmit to... I don't think it will transmit to a dominant mana pool. But I guess ultimately when all of these pools are eventually full, which is what's going to happen when this runs its course, eventually these are all going to be full, right? Except when I'm using mana. And I'm only going to be using mana in this or these, right? Pretty much. Very rarely in these. So once all of these are full, this will still be switching, right? So all these will fill up. It'll no longer have to transmit back to these. And it will only have this to transmit to. So the trouble is, it's still going to suck. This is going to be full. So it's going to transmit to this. But then it's going to suck it back again. That's just a problem. Oh, man. Okay, this might not actually work the way I want it to. I got to have a think about this. I need this to not transmit it back. That's the problem. Okay, I think I might have a solution, guys, because the dispersive augment can still receive mana, but I don't believe it can transmit mana to a dominant. So if we put a dispersive on this, that should hopefully fix the issue. Let's give it a try. So we got the dispersive on here now. Now the dispersive is going to fill up my mana tablet, which is interesting. But if we stick this in here, let's see. So this is going to switch. Okay, beautiful. And then when it switches back, it's not going to take the mana back out again, which is what we want to happen. Perfect. I wonder if I want to have, because these are close enough to that to receive the mana, right? So we might actually make a few more of these dispersives on this. We might put 3 dispersives on these. They're not going to fill this up though, are they? Well, maybe we'll just put 1 dispersive on one of these. Just that way we can charge up the mana tablet from over here as well. Yeah. And we'll do the same over there. So we got good coverage. Yeah. Put a dispersive on this one. and we'll put a dispersive on this one. Let's see. This one here. Groovy. Well, that's all working beautifully, guys. That is working fantastically. Yeah, eventually all this is going to fill up and the timer will turn off and we'll stop chewing through all of our charcoal. I think we're good at the moment though. Alright guys, that's where we're going to leave this episode for today. I'm really happy with how we've managed to get all these sparks working and stuff like that, because I did find it quite complicating. It's probably just me though, but yeah, trying to figure out what they all did and how you could sort of utilize that to transfer the mana between all these different pools. Yeah, we figured it out in the end though, so that's the main thing. And yeah, that's all for this episode. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.